Hey guys, Tristan here. Hope you're doing well as always. Hope this video finds you well. Welcome to a brand new series on the channel, Real Simple Fitness Tips. And essentially, they're real simple fitness tips, very short and sharp, to the point tips that can help you on your fitness journey. There's usually about 3 in a video, sometimes a 4th bonus one, but essentially they're going to cover stuff for beginners, intermediate and advanced, and just be very short, sharp pieces of advice that hopefully you can add into your current fitness journey and can be of benefit to you. Even if it's just one of the 3 that can work for you, fantastic, as long as we find something here that can be of benefit. So today we're going to start with green, it's lower body. I'm going to work on what I think are probably as a very, very simple beginner video here, 3 best bodyweight leg exercise you can do at home with no weights whatsoever. And at the end of the video, I'll show you a couple of workouts, the colourful workouts which I think would be beneficial for you to try, and also I'll put in the description a small mini circuit you can do using these 3. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay guys, number one is, oh my gosh, bodyweight squats, and how we can, as a beginner, do them correctly from the start so that you get the correct form and the correct results. So, bodyweight squats. Oh, this chalk is rubbish. Absolutely terrible, oh my god. Bodyweight squats, okay? Now, the thing with bodyweight squats is they're obviously be a great precursor to getting into doing weighted squats, but at home, you've got no weights, we can do these and they can be very, very effective. One of the things, and the biggest thing I think is important, is that when you do them, a lot of times I've seen clients of mine, they'll start the squat motion and they'll find that their heels come up off the ground, okay? Typically do things like tight hip flexors, tight hips, that kind of thing. What we should do firstly is focus on getting our feet shoulder width apart, okay? That's very important. And then kind of sitting back into that squat. It probably feels, if you've not done it before, a little bit kind of alien. You're like, I feel like I'm going to tip backwards. But if you just drop down like this, okay? Think about the heels. You're going to find that eventually, the more you practice that, the more comfortable you'll be with the correct form for the squat. Another thing you can do is actually bring out like a bench if you're not comfortable at first, and you can do the squat going down onto the bench. Meaning you've got a point where you won't go any further, but you'll kind of have that confidence to come back, get back, and then sit on the bench, okay? Another way to do it would be hold on to the wall, or just having something stable next to you to give you confidence again to come down, your heels back. Because a lot of times, as I said, when those heels come off the floor due to tight hips and what have you, you're not getting the full benefit. You want to sit back in, come down, and come up, okay? So that's the first thing. So moving on from the heels, a few other quick things before we go on to number 2. Firstly, speed. A lot of times you'll find people, when they're new to an exercise, if they're not comfortable with it, they'll tend to rely on momentum and doing the exercise faster to get through it. It's better that you get the form right on every single exercise you do before you move on. You want to be completely competent. So instead of doing something like this where you're like, okay, I've got to just get through this thing, go as fast as I can, you better come down for maybe like 2 or 3 seconds, come down slow, and then come up. Come down slow. Here I've got my arms out, for example, allow me to balance a bit better. Down and up. Okay, so it's more of a slow, controlled move. Another thing here, depth when you go down. At first, you might find you come to here and you're like, I'm not very confident to go further back, okay? Again, it kind of comes back to the whole heels on the ground thing. But put that seat behind you, we talked about, where you can have that kind of confidence, say, you know what, I can at least get to the seat, and that feels okay. And as you get more comfortable, you can move the seat out of the way, all right? You want to come down so that you're actually dropping down, so your butt is actually a little bit lower than your knees. At the very least, have it level, okay? You come down here, and then come up, all right? Thing with this as well, when you come up, important, mind-muscle connection, you might have heard it on other fitness videos. It's very important to do that, because what that means is that you're feeling the muscle rather than just using speed and momentum to get you through it. So for this, you're coming down, as you come up, squeeze your quads, really squeeze them tight, okay? You feel that connection there, and then come down, all right? So, squeeze and down, okay? Squeeze and down. And then the last thing here I want to mention is foot placement. I tend to go, for myself, I like my feet out straight. Some people prefer them here, some people prefer it wide. Some people like them closer. Honestly, I think that that's kind of personal preference for now. All right, so if you find it's more comfortable to come wider to feel more stable when you come down, that's fine. Okay, so just come back, sit down, squeeze. Some people will be here, which is a little bit tougher. Okay, because you feel like you're going to rock. All right, but again, whatever's best for you. So that's the bodyweight squat. We're on to number 2. Number 2, calf raises. Now, I know people don't train their calves enough. It's really, really important, and here's what I'd like to do. Think about this: every time you do a leg workout, always add in a calf exercise, all right? And also double up the reps on the calf exercise for whatever else you do on the, let's say for the squats you're doing, I don't know, 15. I'd do 25, 30 for these, okay? Smaller muscle, they will burn out quickly, and you will probably sometimes find there's a little bit of cramp here and there. So stretching the calf is obviously important, but calf raises, very, very important. Now you've got no weights and you've got a flat floor, calf raises is something you want to do, okay? It's as simple as just coming up on your tiptoes and then coming down. However, when you come up on the tiptoes, make sure we go to that mind muscle connection again. You squeeze the calf muscles, okay? That's where you're going to probably start to feel like, oh my God, it feels like I'm going to cramp out. But if it does, if you feel that tension, just do a little stretch, okay? Stretching off. And then you come back in. So if it's doing, say, 25 of these, just do the best you can. Squeeze, come down. Squeeze, come down. Another way to make these really, really beneficial is to work on, say, a step or an elevated surface, meaning that you can bring your heels off at the end. So if this was a step, it would be here, and my heels off there, so I can come down, feel the stretch on the calf, and then, come up, okay? That's really important because at first, if you just got the floor, no problem. But over time, you want to retest them more by having that kind of stretch at the bottom and then coming up and squeezing on the peak contraction, okay? Calf raises, I think, are wonderful, and I want to make sure you do them. And in our workouts, there's some variations that show different foot placement for different ways of doing them, but for all intents and purposes, a basic simple calf raise with high reps, where you're really working to feel that burn, and that mind muscle connection is excellent and should always be done in all your workouts, okay? Number 3. Okay, lunges, and more lunges. These ones today, we're going to do stationary. You can do, obviously walking lunges across the room, weighted lunges, but for here, standard stationary lunges, and the only change we would make on them is you either do them all on one leg or alternating. So I feel that in a good leg workout for beginners, a lot of people are like, okay, squats, they're a big compound move, that's enough, but I think do the squats, do the calves, and then throw at the end lunges, all right? So I like to do them where I bring my heel out first, and then if it's a stationary one where you just do it on the left leg, for example, and then switching, I come down, feel the stretch with my hip flexor, feel the burn in the quad, and just come up, okay? Down, up. What I also like to do is at the top here, again, mind muscle connection, squeezing the quad to feel it, all right? Just down, again, remember the speed, squeeze, whoa, wobble a bit, and then come down, all right? Change legs, here, down, squeeze, down, squeeze. Don't go too far back like this, okay, you want to just come in, so the foot is around about, also the front leg is around about 90 degrees, so it's coming down. We can also do them where we have the knee come over the foot, but for here, for today, let's just do this, okay? Just simple lunge like that. Of course, we can also do alternating lunges, which are wonderful, but choose your poison, and that would be the third exercise I think is really, really good for us to do at home, and then afterwards we do a nice stretch off, okay? Oh, how about a bonus one? Now, probably looking at this saying, there's no hamstring work here. What I'm going to do for this one is kind of a hamstring move, but also one for the lower back. There's a little bonus here to finish off, and it'll just be simply a good morning. I'll call it a good morning. So basically, slight bend on the knees, and all you do is you're going to come down, hands will be across the chest, around in front of you, and you're just going to pivot from the waist and come up. You'll feel a little bit of the contraction through the glutes and also the hamstrings. It's coming down and up, down and up, down and up, and just do a high rep amount of those. I'll put in the description below for the hamstrings and lower back. And that there is 3 tips, 1 bonus one. So I hope you like it, I hope it helps you. Here's some workouts that I'll give you a little link on the screen for you to follow along if you want to add in something for your legs, okay, where it's a bit more structured, and it's got some other exercises as well. Try these ones out, and also you can finish off when all that's done with a quick abdominal one, so there's another link for that as well below. Otherwise, thanks for your time, appreciate it, hope you're doing well, hope you and your family are good, and if you don't mind just subscribing, joining me, and I'll see you on the next video for some more simple fitness tips.